Okay, so I'm in the airport, flying home. I got a call last night from my parents to say that my grandma had actually passed away. Um, yeah, just feeling, just like sad. I mean, she was 90, which is amazing, and she'd been really ill all week, and it was definitely the right decision for my parents to not come this week. And yeah, just very strange to be so far away, really, and have that kind of like a feeling and sad and everything. I was actually at my friend Emma Nagley's for dinner. We'd had a lovely Shabbat dinner. Everyone had actually gone home, and it was just me and Emma were just chatting at the end, and that's when I got the call. So actually, it was really nice to be with someone, and then it was so strange because it was like Friday night, it was Shabbat, and actually I couldn't call Rebecca, who's like my closest friend and my oldest friend, because yeah, anyway, she was in Jerusalem, but no, I was like in touch with Lucy and Lee and Emma, and yeah, it was fine, and I spoke to all my family and my friends, and anyway, so then I had to like book a flight quickly because there's a possibility the funeral was going to be on Sunday, so I had to get home the next day, Saturday. So I literally went home, got online, and then I couldn't work out when my return flight should be because we didn't know when the funeral was going to be and how many nights of shiva, and I was panicking about my return flight, and then suddenly my sister was like, just book a one-way flight and then you can just book another one-way flight when we know. I was like, oh yeah, when you're in the heat of the moment, you just can't think. Anyway, so I did that and everything was fine, and then I arranged to meet Lee and Emma for lunch today because my flight wasn't until 8:30 in the evening and I just didn't want to be like all day on my own. So that was really nice. We went for a nice lunch. And then suddenly I realised that I didn't have the right passport because I'm an Ola Hadashah. So basically you can travel on your British passport for 3 months after making Aliyah. And then after that you have to have it's called a Tudat Mavar, which is like a temporary Israeli passport. So you can only get your real Israeli passport after being 1 year in Israel. And in between, announcement. Okay, hopefully that'll be it. Basically, yes. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the right passport, and I was looking up on Secret Tel Aviv to see what people suggested because it was Shabbat. So it's not like I can just go to the office. Everything is closed. I could not even just get an emergency one-day one from the office. But there is an office at the airport, at Ben Gurion Airport. So everything on Secret Tel Aviv said you just go to Ben Gurion and you can sort it out there, but it's going to cost you a lot more money than if you did it normally. And I was going to do this anyway for going home in the future, but I just obviously hadn't done it. And then suddenly I was like, oh my God. So I got to the airport 4 hours early because I was worried about this. And basically nobody knew the answer. And then finally, when I got to the counter at the EasyJet check-in, I asked 3 different people and finally someone was like, oh, let me go and check with border control. And then she went off and then she phoned back to her colleague who was with me at the desk, and the colleague's like, who is it that's died? And I was like, oh, it's my grandma. And they were like, okay, we'll get back to you. And anyway, then she came back and she said, yes, it's okay, they'll let you fly. Because obviously it's an emergency situation. And I was like, am I going to be allowed back into the country can I fly my British passport? And they said, yes, it's fine. It's more actually for leaving the country for some reason. But coming back, you'll be fine, don't worry. So I was just like, oh, okay. I was like this huge extra bit of stress that actually I didn't even tell my mum and dad about because I didn't want to stress them out even more. So I'd phoned my sister separately going, I don't know about what to do about my passport. Oh, anyway, so it's fine. So now I'm in the airport. I'm just about to get on the plane. It's very strange. Being far away and not with everyone. I just really want to get home. Very, very close with my dad, very close with my grandma, and I just want to be with all my family. So I'm lucky that I'm in Israel, that it's only 5 hours away. I'm lucky that there's EasyJet. Oh my God, BA's flight, a one-way plane ticket for like an in-the-day flight was £900. What idiots. Who's going to pay that? So the EasyJet flight that lands at midnight to Luton was £300. Okay, that's fine. But, if BA had just charged a little bit more, like £400 maybe, I probably would have paid that to not land at midnight. But by charging £900, they basically lost a customer. Such idiots. Anyway, so I've had a really long time in the airport. And yeah, I'm just really want to get home. But it was just an interesting process to go through with this whole Tudat Mavar and the whole temporary passport situation. And I suppose just for people to be aware, if it's an emergency situation, it is, you know, okay. But also like Shabbat is like hard. And also, yeah, I couldn't call Rebecca and Mickey because they're Shema Shabbat. But luckily I have other really good friends. So it was all fine in the end. And I'm just ready to be home. Oh, and one last thing is that also I had to print my boarding pass for EasyJet. They don't have the app mobile phone boarding pass capability in Israel, apparently. It's probably a security thing. So I needed to print this boarding pass, and I don't have a printer, and it's Shabbat. And so everything is closed. So I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then Emma came up with a genius idea of asking the lady in the restaurant if they had a printer that they could help us, you know, with. And luckily they did, and they said yes, and they were so nice. So thank God for that, because that was just going to be another stress. It's just like, oh, it's hard. Your head's not screwed on properly when you're like having an emotional time, but also it is actually quite difficult if you're not quite set up in a different country to have all these things and to know what to do. But yeah, so no, all my friends here have been so supportive and so great. And my friends at home have been amazing. My best friend Zoe has just been incredible. Just sort of like, what can I do for you? Like, can I buy you things to like get, you know, sent to your house ready for you? And her husband Aliyah, who's like one of my like really, really good friends, is like coming to pick me up from the airport. And I'm just really, really lucky that I have like this amazing support network at home, but also I felt like I've had a really good support network here as well. So I'm very grateful, and yeah, just ready to go home.